Titanoboa, the ultimate hunter. Now I know what you're thinking, is it coming to the Isle? Well, I have some information on that which I would like to share with you guys. And if it does come to the Isle, how will it stack up against the Deinosuchus of Evrima? So we're going to be exploring all that in this video. I'm Shadows, and as always, sit back, relax, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more. So let's sink our claws right into the Titanoboa and its facts. So the Titanoboa lived around 58 to 60 million years ago and could grow up to 12.8 meters. That's a whopping 42 feet, which is basically the same size as a double-decker bus. And it weighed just over 1 ton. That's a chonky snake. Now, realistically, you would have never seen a Titanoboa face off against any dinosaur because they lived in different periods. They were separated by a few million years of evolution. But this is the Isle, so it's not known to be 100% realistic or keeping dinosaurs from the same time period, so I'm not too worried about that. The interesting thing about Titanoboa is the fact that it was a croc killer. During its time, it was the king/queen of hunting crocs and smaller land animals. So this huge snake would feast on crocs, no problem, day in, day out. Its main hunting ground was the swamp, so it'd easily go through water, no problem to get these crocs, and it would kill its prey by constricting them, which basically means squeezing the life out of your prey, crushing all their bones, and then it would eat them whole. Being such a huge snake, very little could even match the sheer power and force of this constrictor. There was nothing in his time which could take this giant snake on. But being put in the Isle of Evrima, there will be numerous things which could potentially challenge the Titanoboa. For example, the Rex, the Giga, a Deinosuchus if it gets the jump on it. So it'll be interesting to see how they implement this in game. Now, if it was in game, how would it stack up against the Deinosuchus? So let's talk about the Deinosuchus a little bit, because we already know a lot of information on it. So the Deinosuchus lived roughly 88 to 73 million years ago and was actually a similar size to the Titanoboa, coming in at 12 meters, which is 39 feet. So they're not that different in size. The difference with the Dino is that the attacks would be aimed to crush the opponent rather than pierce, dealing that fatal blow to the head, crushing the skull, and death would more than likely be instantaneous, or crushing legs if anything was to step into a swamp, into the water, maiming it, and then taking it underwater and drowning it. So slightly different in attack styles, but nevertheless they were both ambush predators, stalking and then killing their prey. So the question then remains is, how would they implement the Titanoboa into the Isle? So we have some snippets of information from the development team themselves over the past couple of days, where people have been taken to the Discord and asking them questions on the Titanoboa. There's not lots and lots of information out there, only that they would like to implement it in the future, but they're unsure on how they would do that, and if they did implement it, would it be AI only? Because they know that the Titanoboa was a constrictor. Now that doesn't mean they necessarily have to stay as a constrictor type class. They could put poison into it, venom, because that's going to be implemented in the game. So they could add venom to the Titanoboa if they wanted to, much like they have in Ark. So they could use that route, or stick primarily just to constrict prey. So let's talk about if it was implemented and only had constriction as its main weapon and maybe just a standard bite. How would it fare in the Isle as it stands at the moment? So let's talk through it a little bit. So if the snake had somehow managed to get the jump and sneak up on the Deinosuchus, I think it would be a fairly open shut case, because the snake would get the jump on it, quickly wrap its coils around the Deinosuchus because they're similar size as well, and it would quite easily constrict that Deinosuchus within a matter of minutes, because the sheer force of a constriction per inch equals to about 1.5 Brooklyn bridges pushing down on top of you. Now, if the Titanoboa didn't get the jump on the snake and the Deinosuchus realised it was being hunted and it turned around quickly or managed to see it coming, them jaws would quickly crush any segment of that snake and potentially cut her in half, crush its skull very, very easily. And the same scenario would go for a Rex or a Giga. If that snake managed to catch them unawares, it'd be an open, shut case versus a Rex or a Giga. They wouldn't be able to survive against the constriction forces of that snake. So that basically sums up what would happen if the Titanoboa and the Deinosuchus did meet in the Isle. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you want the Titanoboa in evrima? Do you think it shouldn't be an evrima? Do you think it should be AI only? Do you think it should be playable? Please let me know in the comments. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to subscribe for more content on the channel, and don't forget to leave a like, as it really does help my channel out. I'd also like to thank my Patreons and YouTube members for supporting me, and for you guys for watching this video. Couldn't be here unless you were watching these videos, so thank you very much. I've been Shadows, hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one.